chainsaw, cut you in half. I'm about to show the meaning of lyrical bloodbath. You should go take a bath, dog, dusty and dirty. When I'm 42 and rhyming, I'ma still be worthy. And I'ma be all-time top 3. The reason I can shoot, cause y'all don't matter to me. I done been there and done that. My stats is dumb fat. And for the record, I'm just stating facts, now run that. Line them up and knock them down. I run this town. It's just a matter of opinion. Now calm down. My mind is like the combine. I only get one time to prove that my 40-time rhymes are sublime. I inspire rappers, y'all call them a MC. The difference my end in the lowercase e. I lit your pilot, you was waiting to blow. You ain't never been on fire, I'm just letting you know. Sincerely Nitro.
We doing seven ways. My gunshots to make you never say no. Lock and load.
I can hear sweat trickling down the cheek.
We doing seven ways. My gunshots to make you never say no. Lock and load. I guarantee you it'll be your very last time breathing.
Double-edged sword, I'll bang your backboard. Dressed in all white, the home team they clap for, yeah. We just wanna have a good time.
Hey yo,
Wanna have a good time.
Nitro.
We just wanna have a good time. Oh yeah, no time for the drama. Come on. Hey, hey, we just wanna have a good time. Good time. We just wanna have a good time. Good time. We just wanna have a good time. Good time. No time for the drama. Everybody in the place, they was throwing their hands up. Everybody in the place, they was throwing their hands. Everybody in the place, they was throwing their hands up. Everybody in the place, they was throwing their hands. I just wanna have a good time. They calling me JJ, cause I got the mic posted up with the DJ. Please no requests, I'm repeating what he say. We got it under control, it's cool like Cool J. Now when the needle drop and the record spin, give me a scratch to let me know where the song begin. His shoulder hold the headphone with one ear so he can hear the monitor and mix the record real clear. It's okay, I said it's okay, cause I'm with the DJ. I'm with the DJ. It's okay, I said it's okay, cause I'm with the DJ. I'm with the DJ. Everybody in the place, they was throwing their hands up. Everybody in the place, they was throwing their hands. Everybody in the place, they was...
Hello, good afternoon. Wherever you're joining me from, we're going out to 8 different locations right now. So welcome. If you're on Facebook, if you're on Twitter, Twitch, Telegram, and even LinkedIn, welcome. Now, normally on a Friday, we do our just a party call. We let our hair down and have a bit of a party. But now, unfortunately, today, Miguel, who is usually the instigator of the parties around here, is unfortunately still not very well. So regards to him, and as a knock-on effect of that, Sylvie has to go and pick up her kids actually at this time. She's in Mexico as well, so they're about 4 hours difference, so it's a kind of school run time there. Okay, so guys, you're with me today, and today we're actually going to do a little rerun of a presentation. And this presentation was actually an article that I wrote for the #1 magazine for the admissions, college admissions in the USA. So I was kindly asked to put an article together for that, and that will be going out at the end of this quarter, I think, next month, I think in March. So I decided to put it into this presentation because it, doing the research for it kind of inspired me, and I thought you guys should, hear about my reasoning behind that statement, because the title of it is Why the Metaverse is Inevitable. It's gone beyond the point where it doesn't really matter what your friend down the pub thinks of the concept. The names involved, the companies involved, how it's being used are all pointing to the fact it's going to happen big, whether or not you're involved. It's as simple as that. Now, I'm going to take you through the presentation. I'm also going to do some fun stuff as well. I've got some more evidence, and I've asked a third party to also give us some evidence of why the metaverse is inevitable. So I'll do the presentation first, and I will take you through that as well. Okay, let us just take you through without further ado. Okay, here we go, guys. Okay, so why the metaverse is inevitable. And this is, as you see, it's my avatar. It looks a bit like Mr. T actually, but this is G Meta headquarters. As you can see in the background, that is in Decentraland. Now we've got some very salubrious neighbors because we're in that good a location in Decentraland that we have UPS have just moved in next door to us in the last couple of months. Now we are GMeta One. We are building our own metaverse. We're launching a token that goes with that. That'll be the currency of our digital universe. As well as that, we're building bridges between ourselves, our own digital universe, and Decentraland. We've already done it in voxels. We've already done it in Somnium space as well. So we have already always set about building the bridges, the necessary interoperability that is required to deliver the metaverse. So let's look at this. Now, it's quite wordy. I'm not going to read all of these words. As I say, it was an article, but the reason I think it was important to do this is because of the media. The media, when they talk about the metaverse, they always talk about one of two things. One is Mark Zuckerberg. The other one is VR, virtual reality headsets. And that link, unfortunately, is very difficult to break but it's very, very misleading. And what it's created is a lot of people, if you probably did a survey in the street and asked a lot of people, what's the metaverse? They're probably going to mention one of those two things because that has been embedded in their minds by the mainstream media. And unfortunately, a lot of people associate it and are probably taking a lot of pleasure in the fact that Mark Zuckerberg's version of the metaverse hasn't done so well so far. And also, they also think that to take part in the metaverse, you need a VR headset. And if you think about that, for mass adoption globally, having to purchase like a $300 virtual reality headset isn't possible. It's not possible to make that the method of entry into the metaverse. It's surely, of course, it'll enhance it, but it's like saying to listen to music, you need a set of Beats by Dre headphones. That's not true. You can just listen. You've got ears, and the same reason. A lot of metaverse projects you can access just using a computer with your own two eyes or even on a phone. So anyway, let's get into this. Many people, including some misguided members of the popular press, thought that 2022 would be the breakthrough year for the metaverse. This is nonsense. Again, the press have built this up. It's mainly based on the hype created by Facebook rebranding as Meta and the release of Horizon Worlds, Meta's digital universe. They always refer to Meta, not the metaverse. Now, we all know the media loves bad news, and it's certainly reveled in the abject failure of Mark Zuckerberg's vision of the metaverse so far. Whilst Meta's pivot into Web 3.0 has brought a lot of awareness to the metaverse, it's also been responsible for leading the uninitiated into believing that whatever happens with Meta will dictate the success or failure of the metaverse elsewhere. Fact. And while Meta's huge global audience will ultimately guarantee the success of their project, the metaverse has and will continue to be driven by other factors, which I believe make its future adoption and ascendancy inevitable. I'm going to go through a couple of these in this presentation. Number one, industry is driving the metaverse. Whether you're aware of this or not, various industries have already embraced what this new technology can deliver, from unique marketing experiences to much more advanced innovations. Based on end use, the global market is segmented into gaming, media, entertainment, education, travel, tourism, real estate, healthcare, hospitality, retail, banking, financial services, insurance, and others, like anything. So here's an example. a very good example. For Celebrity Cruises recently unveiled their own microverse called the Wonderverse, and it's an exact replica of one of their cruise vessels. So it offers you, as a potential consumer, the opportunity to board the ship, check out all of the facilities, explore all the different cabins to actual scale. Think about that. It's all very well looking at a picture in a brochure on a website or even looking at a video. You still don't get a sense of scale as walking into a virtual copy made to actual size compared to your avatar. Then you can decide maybe, oh, I get a lot more room at this cabin, I'll upgrade to that one. And also, it gives you the chance to interact with the crew, the captain, and even the CEO shows up there sometimes as well. For the potential customer, the advantages over watching videos or a mere virtual tour are huge. And for the company, this will make the customer's buying decisions much easier and increase their opportunities to upsell trips and cabin upgrades. Now, let's have a look at this. This one blew my mind. I just couldn't believe how far things had gone already. On a more technical level, NVIDIA, the software and hardware firm, recently announced it has the technology to test and develop cars in the entirely digital world that is the metaverse. Think about this now. This blew my mind. Hopefully, it'll open yours. In an interview with BBC Top Gear magazine, Danny Shapiro, its vice president of automotive, described how they have taken the testing process away from the crash test dummy scenario with a prototype and utilizing their Omniverse to test vehicles' performance and reactions in various conditions and driving situations. Now, this is what he said. This is what Danny said. If we need to test, is this car going to detect a child running in front of the car in the middle of the night? Well, we're not going to take a child at night and put them in front of the car. But using this 3D simulated digital twin, we can recreate situations that are way too dangerous to test in the real world and generate the sensor data coming into the car. Now, this is the bit that blew my mind, this next paragraph. So the data is coming into the car's onboard computer, right? The computer doesn't know it's not in a car driving. It thinks it's on the road. It thinks it's getting signals saying there's lanes, there's other cars, there's the street lights. So the car computer management, the management computer doesn't actually know that it's not in a car. So it's doing exactly what it would do in real life. The data, it's analyzing that and taking action. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. We can test millions and millions of scenarios in different weather at different times of day and ensure that the vehicle's safe for going on the road. Just let that sink in. If you didn't know about that, let that sink in. The innovative use of metaverse technology, VR, and augmented reality is allowing architects to experience the feel and scale of their creations. It's permitting surgeons to practice complex procedures over and over, and even allowing US Air Force pilots to safely train for various combat scenarios. There probably won't be a Top Gun 3 Maverick because it won't be needed. The whole Top Gun school thing won't be required anymore by the sound of it. Now, number two, another reason. Brands. Brands are well entrenched in the metaverse. The juggernaut brands in every sector of business are already well established in one or more virtual worlds. Many were early adopters, but already keeping up with the Joneses phenomenon is ensuring that the brand rivals are setting up shop daily. For example, no sooner had MasterCard filed for patents covering NFTs in the metaverse than American Express and Visa followed suit. Decentraland is one such digital universe and has seen an influx of massive brands moving in from the corporate sector to most of the main fashion houses after successfully establishing Metaverse Fashion Week in March 2022. In a recent interview with Decrypt Online magazine, this is very interesting. Decentraland's creative director Sam Hamilton addressed the negative publicity spilling over from Meta's struggles with its vision of the metaverse. The eyes of the world came on us too soon, he said. Honestly, we probably would have liked to have had another couple of years to improve the products before we got to that stage of exposure. But it is what it is. If you projected the metaverse onto cinema, we're still in the days of silent movies, he said. We've got so many decades of innovation and invention ahead of us until we get to blockbusters like Star Wars. This was one reason why GMeta One established our headquarters in Decentraland early in 2022. And we have recently been vindicated by the arrival of our new next door neighbour, none other than UPS. Now, Sam Hamilton basically, as I say, Decentraland, basically what he's saying there is that the product wasn't ready, but they got the exposure that Meta and Mark Zuckerberg brought. They got that exposure. They benefited from that exposure. Their token exploded in value because of that exposure, but they said they weren't ready. Now, their token, MANA, was launched in November of 2017. October 2017. As soon as Mark Zuckerberg opened his mouth and started talking about the metaverse, people started jumping on board into various metaverse projects. And one such project was Decentraland. Their token, which was launched at 2 cents, went to an all-time high of $5.89. But that took 4 years and 28 days. And it was a direct result of this hype that was created by Meta. Number 3, and the final reason why I believe the metaverse is inevitable. Your kids have got this. They're doing it already. They have been doing it for ages. The gaming sector has demonstrated the appetite for immersive entertainment experiences. And as a result, Generation Z or Z are already all too familiar with the concept of creating personalized avatars, building in virtual environments, and purchasing wearables and equipment using a virtual currency native to the platform. They're already doing this. This has led to brands like Forever 21, Gucci, Ralph Lauren, Vans, Kellogg's, and Nike setting up gaming experiences in one such gaming platform, Roblox. There they are, right there. If you think about the way music and movies are consumed today, this is the thing you need to let into your mind. If you think about how music and movies are consumed today compared to 10 years ago, you can only imagine how Web 3.0 and the metaverse will evolve in the coming years in the hands of this generation and beyond. This is only the beginning. Now, these guys have grown up with very similar gaming experiences. Just think of what they're going to be able to do with this. Now, if you jump on board, get involved today, you can benefit from that. You be an early adopter, do your research, but take action, guys. So we at GMeta One are very excited for the coming years, and seeing Leviathan companies and huge brands following us into the metaverse merely serves to reinforce and confirm our conviction that the metaverse is inevitable. Guys, I hope you found that interesting. If you did, I thank you for listening. I just, as I said, it brought up a lot of, I thought researching it was very thought-provoking for me, and I hope that maybe listening, promoted a bit of thought, a few thoughts in your own minds, maybe a eureka moment, because as I say, you think about how TV used to be not that long ago. You went into a Blockbuster and you got a video. Now even Netflix is struggling to keep up and are pivoting into the metaverse, going to embrace Web 3. And the way I see the metaverse going, at some point, at some point, everybody's going to wake up in a cold sweat with businesses in the middle of the night and go, "Oh my God, I need to get involved." They either create their own little microverse, like Celebrity Cruises did, or jump into one or more existing projects. And the way Google is now, Google binds the internet together pretty much primarily, way ahead of all of its competitors. There will be something like that. It mightn't be Google, but there will be something like that. It'll be one big, enormous highway between all these interconnecting metaverses. And we'll all have a standard way of interconnecting. That hasn't been created yet. Ready Player Me are a company who are doing an awful lot. They're taking massive steps where your avatar can work on multiple metaverse projects, so you can jump from one to the other and look the same, pretty much, given the differences in technology. So that was one thing. Now, the other thing with Web 3.0, Web 3.0 is a part, Metaverse is a part of Web 3.0. AI is a part as well of Web 3.0. There's been a lot of hype about AI, and I asked our friend who's been in the press a lot recently, this dude, ChatGPT. I asked ChatGPT. Now I was going to do it live, and then I thought it better not, because this site's so so busy that sometimes you can't get on board. But I asked it earlier. Give me 10 specific reasons why the metaverse is inevitable, naming brands. And this is what ChatGPT said. Number 1, growing demand for virtual experiences. With the pandemic, another contributory factor, people are increasingly seeking virtual experiences, driving demand for the metaverse. Number 2, advancements in technology. With the rapid advancements in technology, it's becoming possible to create highly immersive and interactive virtual environments. Number 3, popularity of video games. Popularity of video games is rapidly increasing, with players spending more and more time in virtual worlds. Number 4, investment by tech giants. Yeah, I was going to say there's no specifics in there, but they did name them. Finally, major tech companies such as Facebook, Microsoft, and Amazon are investing heavily in the metaverse, providing the necessary resources to drive its development. Number 5, emergence of decentralized technologies. Decentralized tech such as blockchain are enabling the creation of metaverses that are open and decentralized, free from the control of any single entity. Number 6, increasing interest in virtual real estate. The concept of virtual real estate is gaining traction, with people looking to buy, sell, and rent virtual property in the metaverse. Number 7, virtual influencers such as Lil, Michaela, and Shudo are increasingly becoming popular, indicating a growing desire for virtual experiences. Augmented reality. The integration of augmented reality with the metaverse is enabling people to experience virtual environments in a more tangible way. So, yeah, augmented reality is where you're seeing our world with something put over the top of it, essentially. Okay, emergence of virtual currencies. Virtual currencies such as Roblox's Robux and Decentraland's MANA. Well, Decentraland is a decentralized crypto token. Roblox is simply a gaming currency. You can't use it external to Roblox. Number 10, finally, growth of social media. The continued growth of social media platforms such as TikTok and Instagram is creating a culture that values virtual experiences and is driving demand for the metaverse. That came from the wonderful pen of ChatGPT. But I went on to ask, one of the currencies recently is MANA. I told you about there. It reached its all-time high in November 2021, but it's obviously gone down since that. Like a lot of cryptocurrencies have, like a lot of with the global financial crisis, etc. But the value of MANA, the native token of Decentraland, is going up due to certain factors. Increased demand for Decentraland's virtual assets and services could drive it up. Speculation, MANA, like many currencies, may be subject to speculative buying and selling. Adoption of Decentraland. As Decentraland continues to grow and attract more users, the demand for MANA could increase, leading to its appreciation in value. The positive developments in the crypto market, a broader increase in the value of cryptocurrencies can impact the value of MANA. They always put a little thing at the bottom, a little disclaimer from our little bot. It's important to note that the value of cryptocurrencies can be volatile and the factors driving their appreciation or depreciation can change quickly. So, okay, that's what ChatGPT said about inevitability of the metaverse. Oh, I just think this thing is incredible. I mean, it's the most successful launch of any piece of software in history. The site can't keep up with it. And it just shows you, it's just giving you a flavor of what is down the line, really. Finally, just going to leave you with one more thing. Just one last little thing to underline, as if to underline what we're talking about here today. Now, there's a kind of space race for the metaverse going on, and it's taking part between not countries really, but cities. We've got Dubai, you've got Miami, you've got New York, Singapore, Hong Kong, Shanghai, and they're all trying to become the world metaverse capital, lead the world in metaverse, as far as metaverse development is concerned. And Seoul recently joined that by launching a smart city, their own smart city based on Seoul. Now, when the mayor unveiled his multi-billion won metaverse project 2 weeks ago, the first question reporters asked us was why. It comes down to two reasons. He replied, after admitting there was a lot of talk about costs. Users' private information is safer on a public metaverse platform compared to a private one, he told the press. The second has nothing to do with consistency. The Seoul mayor continued, adding that unlike metaverse platforms built by private companies, which usually run short term, the one Seoul was trying to create was here to stay. Ever since he promoted Metaverse Seoul as something that could be the next Kakao Talk, the nation's most widely used mobile messenger app, nearly 6,000 people have signed up to use the platform, according to data. After launching the first phase of Metaverse Seoul, the city is now working towards launching the second phase this year or next, and the third by 2026. They've already got government offices here where you can perform government functions, stuff that you normally have to queue for, like driving licenses, and passport, and all that sort of stuff. Incredible. As of Tuesday morning, the government tallied some 12,100 logins. It's available on Google Play and the Apple Store, allows users to chat, hold meetings, play games, get advice on starting and running businesses, visit tourist attractions, and ask questions about life in the capital. Incredible. And look at this. You can access it using a smartphone or a PC or a tablet. Don't need a headset. Just what we said at the start of this little show. So, this is why do you want to do this? Well, folks, just to explain why people want to do this in the metaverse rather than just on a WhatsApp equivalent or a Facebook Messenger. You feel that you are there. There's a feeling of being with other people together, doing stuff together, like basically interacting with people when you're in the metaverse. That sense of being is what makes it different, and that's the thing that people really like. It'll feel just like you're talking to Zoom calls are fine, but you don't feel like you're in the room with that person interacting with them. You're just talking to a screen. And that's the big difference. So they're going to actually translate it into English by the end of 2023. They want 100,000 visits. So they're not going crazy and talking about millions and millions. They are being sensible with their numbers, with their predictions. But look what they've created. A whole city is already unfolding. So they are definitely using this to heighten their pitch to be one of the major cities, if not the major city in the metaverse. Okay, folks, I'm not going to take up any more of your time. Now, if you did enjoy this, we will be doing a full presentation of the G Meta 1 offering tomorrow. We'll be doing that exactly the same time. It's 5 p.m. UK time, 12 noon EST. And we'll be right here tomorrow doing the same thing over again, except this time we'll be talking specifically about G Meta 1. So if you want to find out more about it and how you can get involved in the metaverse, or even how to actually open your business in the metaverse, join us tomorrow. Thank you very, very much for listening today. My name's Andy. Please have a wonderful weekend. Take care. Bye now.